to me, man. It's a big thing. Man, you know, this is a world thing happening. I'm a small man, you know.
Right.
My lifestyle is completely different from this.
Right.
I'm not supposed to be involved in this. This is for other people who have money and all this kind of stuff.
But you said, oh, wait, what do you mean?
Well, I'm not supposed to be involved in this. I don't have nothing.
So is your point that these people that have all the money,
This is their thing.
this is their event?
This is for them. It's
Meaning
for
they're
them.
doing it for their own reasons,
That's
right?
right. I'm not supposed to be in it.
But they used you, right?
I'm in it.
You're in it.
Yeah, we came across the highway together.
You and their event.
That's right.
But they must have planned that.
It was planned.
So let's use cab driver Lloyd England as an example of how revelation of the method works. Lloyd England was caught lying about his role on 9/11 when confronted by a citizen investigation team. Essentially, what Mr. England was trying to convey was that a down light pole hit by Flight 77 on its way to the Pentagon impaled itself through his windshield without having as much as a scratch on the hood of his car. Citizen investigation team also proved to Lloyd that he wasn't where he claimed to be.
This bridge. He took pictures of the car. He was up on the bridge.
Mm-hmm. This picture right here, here you are, you see? The car's kind of surrounded by these guys. There's the pole right here.
Okay.
Now see what this is? That's the cobblestone from the bridge. Now take a look at this. Come over here. Here's the bridge right here. Now there's your cab. It's sideways on the side of the road. With the hole in it, the pole's laying down right over there. The pole used to be up right here. This is pole number 1. Well, you're right on the bridge.
No.
That's your cab, right? Look close. See that?
Faced the wrong way.
No, it's facing the same way. Facing the same way it was right here. This is taken from the other side. This way it's facing. Look at that one.
I've never seen that picture there.
You never saw it? This is Jason Ingersoll. He was a Navy military photographer. Here's your cab, right?
That's not.
See your cab? See it? There's the grill. You see you right here. You're wearing the cap.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
All right. Now there's the pole. That's your pole. See the bend?
Yeah.
That's the pole you pulled out, right? There's your cab. I mean, it couldn't be any other pole.
Now, Lloyd ultimately confessed that he was part of a planned event. It's a world thing, he says. It's much bigger than him, a small man. When I watched the video, a couple things popped to my attention. One was that he admitted his wife was an FBI agent. And two, along his wall were dozens and dozens of occult memorabilia, skulls, and demonic art. This guy even had 2 large pharaonic statues flanking his mantle. Now, it's important to note that the place with his occult memorabilia is located about an hour and a half away from his main home in Arlington. This is the place where he stores his cab under a tarp as if it's another piece of his occult collection. Now, on the day of the event, in the front seat of Lloyd's cab was David Icke's book, Children of the Matrix. And if you know anything about David Icke, and if you are familiar with the movie The Matrix, this revelation is astonishing to say the least. Here we have a 9/11 confessed conspirator reading a conspiracy book on the day he took part in the event on 9/11.
We know because they brought out photos showing the cab, showing the inside of the cab, and showing how that book was sitting there on the seat. So we initially asked Lloyd, as soon as we saw the images, so you read David Icke? And he said, well, yeah, I read a little bit of everything, was his response at the time. So now that we had Lloyd in the car, figured it'd be important to have him elaborate a bit on this. And sure enough, he admitted that he read David Icke. But what's very curious is that he also said, prior to 9/11, he learned about David Icke and other factors from a class that he would take in the area. So I'm not sure if it was a conspiracy class or what it was exactly, but He suggested that they talked about conspiracies regarding the Princess Diana and other things. And so the real details behind what this class was and whether or not this has anything to do with Lloyd's involvement in this operation, we'll never know.
But David Icke is much more than a conspiracy guy. He's a New Age disinfo agent who hides his ties and affection towards Alice Bailey, Theosophy, and Gnosticism. The New Age religion of man as God that David Icke promotes is no doubt the religion of the future. And guess what the Matrix is really about? It was a foreshadowing of 9/11. Neo's passport clearly displays the date September 11, 2001 as the expiration date. And the movie was actually a Gnostic fantasy of man becoming God, with underground terrorists acting as benevolent heroes. Could this mean Lloyd has been duped into believing that his role in the 9/11 Black operation would bring about the ultimate goal of a new world Gnostic religion? Whatever the case may be, the ultimate consequence of the revelation of the method is that despite admitting their guilt, the perpetrators always get away. So you would think by now that conspiracy researchers and freedom fighters throughout the world would be able to proclaim victory. A man who was directly involved in 9/11 has confessed that the event was staged. But years have passed and nothing, zilch, zero repercussions have happened as a result of this. From Hoffman's Secret Societies and Psychological Warfare, quote, "In the brilliant wordplay of the mythical Masonic Dr. Syntax, we come to the current unfoldment in must be an alchemical cant language term Mr. Downer translates as the revelation of the method. This alludes to the process wherein murderous deeds and hair-raising conspiracies and every manner of horror show are first buried beneath a cloak of secrecy, and then, when finally accomplished and secured, slowly revealed to the unsuspecting populace who watch deep frozen, as the hidden history is unveiled in the circulation of anti-academy manuscripts, the revelation of the method is accomplished. Truth or consequences, Downard is acutely aware that in exposing the conspirators, he is probably serving the final dictum." And as Hoffman goes on to state, exposure itself does not defeat the cryptocracy, because given the degraded and atrophied nature of modern man's perceptions and insight today, such revelations may only serve to strengthen the cryptocracy's mental hold. Exposure without action against the perpetrators of the crimes revealed devolves into a kind of perverse advertisement for the prowess of the cryptocrats, who are seen as having performed fantastic feats of criminal enterprise with a genius that renders them immune from the consequences. The entire process as a whole smacks of that familiar occult control device of grotesque mockery of the principle touted, in this case, of the notion of exposure leading to punishment and retribution. When looking into characters and conspirators such as Lloyd, take note of his ideology, because most likely that's what's driving his motivation. 9/11 was a mass ritual, and those pulling the strings understand the effects of ritual on the masses more than we can ever imagine. If Hoffman was correct, the conspirators don't mind such revelations coming to light, because they believe no one will be prosecuted, no one of importance anyways. Thus, even though we know they exist, they remain untouchable. This effect then renders them a Superman-like quality, even though they are really just conniving cowards pretending to play God.
But they must have planned that.